He always trips. The way that his days keep ending reminds me of, The World Ends With You. The way that he keeps, having his days interrupted and he abruptly wakes up and it's the morning again, it reminds me of The World Ends With You. Let's see what today's set of ridiculous logic and math puzzles are. Oh, right. Wallet dropped in Chiba Chiba. Address book and a mask. Two is quite cryptic. Number one, is a series of trivia questions about whether or not I've been paying attention? Well, I can certainly confirm that the middle two answers are 1. I believe that the first one is 0 because it was Edo who called us here, not Peter. And I don't know about Miss Akai. I don't even know who that is. And Mask? What was the name of the hero of Lost Pass whose leg Mr. Pirate? Mr. Pirate? There was a villain named Mr. Pirate. Sure. I'm sure that maybe I'll find out a bit about Mr. Pirate today. Surely. Surely. No. Nothing was lost in our room. That wouldn't make much sense anyway. Since, you know, this is our room. Wait, goods? Oh, do we have goods now? No, wait, hold on. We're beginning to, get a gallery of all these characters. So, of course, Christina. It eats humans. Good to know. And here is Toriko Kusabi, a girl who keeps a pink crocodile as a pet. I knew that part. A third-year junior high school student. Oh, I didn't know that part. Wait, junior high? You mean she's a middle schooler? She's pretty tall for a middle schooler. And here is Peter Botchawiniker. Yeah. He was born in the Federation of Micronesia? Do you mean Micronesia? I don't know. Stuart Locke. Wasn't familiar with him. And of course, Edo McAllister. He was born on this island. And Sue Sting? Kind of an odd surname. Really, she's never left the island. That's kind of sad. There's so much to see out there. You don't want to spend it in one place. Your life, that is. Now we know who Sister Phantom is. And we have Matty. Wait, is S-Ding some kind of acronym? Like it's a title? Or are they just... Oh, wait! Oh! Matty is Sue's foster mother. Wow, I'm learning a lot here. And of course there's Yayoi Hanayama, who, oh, she's an office lady for a leading company. I suppose she will just spend the entire game in her bikini. I don't know who that is. Well, alright. What the? Oh, they're like multiple pages. So the green page is, the different puzzles we've done. Or the different story puzzles, anyway. Or rather, the things that we've jacked into. Okay. And next we have, oh, these. Makes sense. And what's the blue square? Ah, our rewards for, walking. You just discover one new thing after another in this game. Obviously, this is not 100% run. Okay, let's finally get down to the lobby. It took us days, but we're gonna go down to the lobby, aren't we? Of course we are. Oh man, look at that staircase, nothing obstructing it. But something's probably gonna obstruct us. Edo, where did you come from? Quite a few Japanese people in this hotel. Well, of all the things we were gonna meet, I didn't expect to meet a luchador, and I can't get past him either. Is he going to be like the guy from Cromartie High School? Not that that guy was a luchador. He was just a plain jacker. No! I did not mean to go up here! Well, actually, might as well see if we can look around the upper stories. We just have to sort of look around in a game like this. Nah, we can't go in there. Is Yayoi still up here on the roof? Or Yayoi? I'm not quite sure which. I see that, this beatbox Bach is still up here. Well, I mean, alright. I guess no one's up here. That's fine, you know, that's fine. You don't always have to be at the pool. I don't like going to pools anyway, you wouldn't find me at the pool. Anything up here? Oh, there is actually! Where was that? Oh, there it is. On this couch. Or is it, I suppose it's on the table. Why does he say that DS feeling? I suppose that the idea is that this was a feature that wasn't in the original, and so in the DS version it is, and that's why he says that. If that's true though, and that wasn't in the original, I truly cannot imagine how you could have possibly ever found these except by random chance on occasion. That would make 100% completion nearly impossible. Alright, so this is the first of the lost and found questions. Okay, this is going to be easy, because it's just going to be the binary 0 and 1 1. 0 and 1 1. Okay. Peter called Mr. Mondo to Lost Pass Island. That is a negatory. Sister Phantom is a spiritual correspondent. Yes. Mr. Charboni is a fanatical baseball fan. Nope. I must have misread that earlier when I thought that it said soccer. And Miss Akai supports the Lost Pass mob. I don't know who that is, so I have a 50-50 chance. I'm gonna go with yes.
Final answer.
But I was wrong. Okay. I'm pretty sure that the only one that I would have gotten wrong is that final one, so this time we're gonna make it a 0. Binary, ladies and gentlemen. This is how computer works. Okay.
Final answer.
Yes. I'm more confident in this one. Yeah, there we go. I really have no idea who Akai-san is, but we're probably gonna meet her in a bit. Man, we're gonna become legends at this hotel for helping out so many people find their lost things. Although, isn't the whole point that you don't want to remove those tickets from that spot? So in case the people who lost their things there come there looking for them, they'll see the ticket and know that it's at the Lost and Found? And what do the puzzles have to do with that? Why do we have to solve a puzzle to get the tickets? I thought I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. Maybe Sumio is finally going to meet Toriko? Could be. You have anything to tell us about the situation, Edo? I'm beginning to understand why someone like Sue wouldn't be able to leave this island. It's impossible even to leave this hotel, even to get to the lobby of the hotel. I never thought the lobby would become like a promised land. I know we can't go into the staff room. Room 304, huh? It's 307. Is this 306? Yeah, it is, so 304 is this way. There's 304. Isn't it? That's 306. It's 305. Oh, this must be 304. That's 307. Where's 304? It's 308. I guess 304 is on this side for some reason. 303. 304. First room 404, now room 304. Always with the fours. No, we can't just walk into their bathroom. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I always like it in hotels on those rare occasions you're in one that your room is multiple rooms like this, but what is that? What's going on? Sumio, if you want to avoid being kicked in the face or something, you might not want to be walking around this room. honestly. Is his partner out here? No, I suppose not. This is some odd music, though. I suppose that he was once a great wrestler, and now he's fallen. What's this thing? Oh, it's a TV. Is this one of his old matches? How can you take your art too seriously, Sumio? Do you take finding things too seriously? Do I take writing too seriously? No. Although I may take editing these playthroughs too seriously, because I probably should just be writing. Anything new to say about this? No. Well, what else? What do we find in here? I really have no idea. Well, one thing to do now. I don't think I would need to do this until they give us a prompt to, but we're gonna need to do it later, so I might as well, right now, look at those pages about wrestlers. I think this is a wrestling article. I think it is. Yeah, it is. 210. We're gonna need to put in 210 later on. Is this about Mr. Crasher? No, this is about Lumberjack. Although, maybe this is about Crasher. Oh, this is page 39. It looks like it was in the middle of an article, so let's see page 38. El Sol Fight. The true fighter. The hero who rewrote the heroic legend. Sorry, this is kind of weird the way that E and the R were together. The heroic legend of Lost Pass returns to the island after 20 years. Mr. Pirate. Oh, Mr. Pirate's a wrestler. Oh! Okay, Mr. Pirate. He defeated a hero of this island, right? Yeah. And he used to be called El Sol Fight. What again was that, was that question asking? In the Lost and Found? The true name of the hero of Lost Pass whose leg Mr. Pirate broke. Huh. So Mr. Pirate is not the true hero of Lost Pass. So, is there any questions about him? You shattered the leg of Lumberjack. And he admits, I did that. Well, it was a case of either him or me. If I hadn't done it, who knows if I'd be standing here talking to you today. Because I assume he's a pirate, you know. I guess I was also asking myself, how strong are you, lad? It was me one shot at glory, and I grabbed it like a drowning man reaches for an oar. I would think a drowning man would reach for a life ring rather than an oar, but good to know. Now what's, so Stephen Charboni again. Okay, where's the wrestling pages? So, 3 years of capturing Lost Pass Island, David Chapman's the photographer, El Sol Fight, and here just keeps going. I suppose these are more interviews with the pirate, since he uses phrases like Davy Jones, and that he be fighting the battle of lives, of life itself. Yeah. And he says something about this. Tell me a little bit about El Crasher. Oh, there we go. Well, that young'un need only continue to show me his fighting. There's nothing for an old sea dog like me to be teaching him. He just needs to be drinking in this air and washing away his worldly desires. That's all I be expecting from him. I have no idea what comes after that. If there's one thing I should be telling him, however, it would be to remember his fight of 210. He can't have forgotten what it was like. His first bout as the main fighter, the call of the crowd.
He doesn't realize that Dragon is just toying with him, you see. What I want to feel is a blood-spitting death match. Before, after, the only time I ever felt that kind of crasher is then. 210.
Huh. And then he goes on about the future of masked wrestling. The only masked wrestler I ever paid attention to was Strong Bad, and he gave up on that early on to just sit at a go for a computer job. Well, that didn't really help me. Although now I know the answer to one of these puzzles, it's Lumberjack. Still, I'm skeptical that we're ever going to get to the lobby in order to, turn in these tickets. To be honest, though, I'm not exactly complaining. I, actually rather like it when, stories take those kinds of bizarre, seemingly simplistic objectives and turn them into something big and perhaps symbolic. I've done that myself. In a story, for example, which is largely about a young woman trying to buy a lampshade. But the lampshade ends up becoming a sort of metaphor for the way that she perceives the world and herself. Now, let's see which puzzle it is. It's number 2. I believe that number 2, or was it number 3 that was the masked wrestler question? Yeah, it was number 3. Number 2 is the address book. Mr. Mondo is 1315144415. Edo is 5415. So what is EL? Yeah, we're not solving this one. Sorry. Well, I don't really know that we found anything that will help us get to the lobby, but we might as well try to talk to him. Or not. Be that way, what do I care? No, nothing in here. We gotta be careful, we're down to one more scan today. Perhaps there'll be something in here. Frankly, where I should probably go is the roof. Since that's where Edo is, you know? I bet you there'll be he'll have something to say. No, there's nothing in here either. Well, we're out of scanning. That's that. Actually, maybe we can talk to Steven again. Not that I really want to. Now we can't. Yeah, Steven might be the terrorist. I really think it's awesome that this game, so much of the music is Gymnopédie #1. I really love Gymnopédie #1. It's been one of my favorites for a long time. Maybe I should get out at my piano again and see if I can still remember how to play that song. I used to be very good at it. Really did. I haven't played piano in years, though. Well, this is Bach. I never knew how to play Bach. Incidentally, yes. Masked wrestlers have masters and pupils? Wait, there are schools of masked wrestling? Incidentally, yeah. Oh! Let's go see Mr. Pirate. You lubbers. A pirate-themed masked wrestler is staying in room 302, and in order to get to the lobby, even though the guy we need to talk to in the lobby is up on the roof and we can easily get to him, we need to talk to Mr. Pirate, the secret alter ego of El Soul Fighter, who is in fact not really secret at all, in order to get his apprentice to stop training in the stairwell so that we can go downstairs and get to the lobby, as I said. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So there's 302, there's 304, I mean, here's 302. But it's locked. Exactly. Well, I know you're in an adventure game, Sumio, but you can't expect doors to be open. Well, we could just call him. Or, oh I know, maybe there's going to be some way to get into his room from room 304. And we'll go into some interesting hijinks like you do in the hotel in Super Mario Sunshine. What? Lucky guess. I understand why Sumio would get so into the whole lost and found thing. He is, after all, a professional searcher. But then again, don't all of us spend our time searching? Alright, here we go. This is number 3, so mask. The hero is Lumberjack, and then we have these numbers that are set equal to different letters. Or in the case of the number 2, or 2 and 7, combinations of letters. So I just need to enter these numbers in order of the letters they correspond to in the name Lumberjack. Simple enough. Next is the burr, or the be, and then the R, which is number 4 for some reason. And this does seem to be an arbitrary designation, these numbers. Where's J? Oh, there's J. I didn't recognize it immediately because it looked like an I, because of the font. You know, no one's perfect. I'm certainly not. And then again, you know, you don't expect a guy to be perfect. That's an unreasonable expectation. Unless you're an artist and you or making art,
Final answer.
then you expect your art to be perfect, or you want to try and get it to that point. It's funny. I'm beginning to become accustomed to Sumio's extremely alien and unnatural voice. What in the world can we do? I feel more accomplished now that I've found at least 2 of the lost and found items. That other one, though, I don't think I'm going to find. That puzzle's just too cryptic. Maybe we can ask, Crasher about Mr. Pirate. Or not. You know, there's clearly room near this guy if you just try to squeeze through there. You could get down to the lobby then. I never thought I'd miss the sight of grass quite so much. Yeah, I got through 306. I mean, I really still don't know what to do. Like, how are we gonna get in here? Well, I really suppose what we should do is just go up to our room and dial that room number on our phone. I mean, can you do that? I don't know. I've never stayed in a hotel where I've had interactions with the quirky residents. Or, they're not residents, that would imply they live there. Or, is this the correct floor? Yeah, I think it is. Each day, perhaps we're going to be able to go down one more floor, and someday, we'll be at the lobby. So that's not our room. Which one is our room? I should know this. It's room 402, right? I think it's 402. Clearly, I'm going in the wrong direction. Let's go, Sumio, Catherine. It's room 403, 402. Oh. I think that we've entered a second part of this rendition of Gymnopédie number 1 that we haven't gotten to before. It's a little jazzier, I guess. Where is it? There's our phone. Nah, we can't pick it up. What did I expect? The only thing I could guess is that maybe Edo would be able to ring up Mr. Pirate for us. It is a little creepy, a little frustrating, a little unsettling that Mr. Edo seems to have quite so little respect for the privacy of his guests. Perhaps it's because he called us here as a sort of private investigator. Still, a terrorist bomb threat strikes me as something that you would want a somewhat less private investigator working on, doesn't it? But what do I know? I've never had to deal with a terrorist threat on a small island before. That's outside of my range of experience. Although it won't be once I'm through with this game. I'm sure that this is just a very realistic rendition of the way things would go after all. Not really. It seems very, it seems to be clearly the work of an, auteur, or however you pronounce that word. Well, the reason why not is because this is a gross violation of their privacy. I have a feeling that the way this is going to go is Sumio is going to continue to meet strange, troubled people in this hotel. One by one, in a systematic way, he's going to jack into them to solve minor puzzles and input codes that will somehow solve many of their problems. In this case, by getting people to talk to each other, who would be in a healthier relationship if only they would communicate more clearly. I am kind of annoyed, though, that I had to talk to, or at least I assumed that I had to talk to Edo in order to get to a point that I could go do the solution to a puzzle, a solution that I already thought of without the games explaining it to me. Perhaps it's only because I hadn't tried doing it in here, though. It could be. Alright. Truth is singular. I don't believe that. Well, it is for certain things, like temperature. So, I guess sometimes it's singular. Anyway, how exactly do we make these kinds of calls? Let's see, fly in tomorrow? No. One of the... Wait. Canad del Cazit Church. Sure. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. HP and defense? Are we gonna have like an RPG battle later? Okay, well we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We gotta take this one step at a time, or we're never gonna find anything. Oh. This is an interesting little story. I suppose we're going to read it later on, though. Wait, I suppose I'm looking in the wrong section, aren't I? Pages 4 through 18 are actually just about the island itself, rather than about the hotel. Wait, what? Yeah, here, to use the internal telephone service, dial the desired room number from the phone located in your room. No problem. That's easy enough. Alright, now I just need to see which one of these plugs will plug into this. Are we in some kind of science fiction story? Because it seems strange that there are people, not just objects, that we can plug this into. That we can plug Catherine into. Like Peter's eyeball, for example. I suppose it can only be set in the near future, though. Because we haven't seen anything like robots or anything, at least not yet. Even when he's just in the privacy of his room, Mr. Pirate wears a mask. Anyway. feel like this game has had this pattern of using these fairly heavy, emotional-sounding tracks, like the one that's playing on top of the cheering in Crasher's room, even though the game doesn't quite, at least at this point, seem to have fully mustered emotion to be worthy of such music. Then again, to some extent, no doubt, the music is what elicits that emotion, not just the events and the characters. Well, fine, we're gonna go up to the roof and we're gonna meet the wrestling sensei. I really do think it's kind of wonderful, and in my opinion, very clever the way they're treating masked wrestling sort of like you might see martial arts treated in certain, fantastical works. Is that the pirate over there? That's the pirate. And he is a pirate, all right. He should be wearing an eye patch or something, though. A philosophizing, pirate-themed masked wrestler who speaks like a cartoonish pirate. You've out... Well, Suda51, you're... I haven't seen this before. I'll give you that. The cockles. Let's calm down here, sir. I like the way that although these models are fairly undetailed and unexpressive and low polygon, that the camera angles they use for the characters are still dynamic and like they're filming real, people from interesting angles. The resulting dissonance there I find very interesting. Well, it's fine, we just need to find a catalyst for Mr. Crasher. Oh, we're going to need to jack into Crasher and input those numbers, aren't we? Well, everything does come down to numbers in the end, after all, doesn't it? Let's go back inside. I prefer to hear some more of Gymnopedie number 1. Alright. Someday we're gonna get to the lobby. That's one of my big goals in life. I'm never gonna look at lobbies quite the same way after this one. I have to admit. Alright, there you are, Crasher. We're gonna save first, right, Catherine? Right. It is sort of odd that, Edo McAllister appears to somehow be connected to Catherine, since we're saving through Catherine with Edo's help, but whatever. World's filled with quirks, filled with mysteries. El Crasher, let's talk. Maybe it's good to have a death match every now and then. In some sense, perhaps the most devoted of us are having death matches every day. See, he's like a cyborg or something, because they can plug these computer jacks into them. It's just really weird. Alright. Let's find that page where they're talking about these numbers again. This isn't the one, this is the one about movies. Which I'm sure we're going to have to look at in a little while here. But not yet. Tonight, 1979, huh? Anyway, no. El Sol Fight. Here we go. And here begins the interview with our great hero. Although our hero is apparently Lumberjack, but we haven't met Lumberjack. Here we are, 210. So, tell me a little about El Crasher, currently joining you on the island.
Well, that young'un need only continue to show me his fightin'. There's nothing for an old sea dog like me to be teaching him.
Etc. I already read this, though, didn't I? We'd remember that his fight of 210. Is that a date? I suppose that is a date, 210. Well, what the plug was it again? There we go. So, I guess 210 is a date. Or maybe it has some other significance. I don't know. In any case, it'll mean something to Crasher, who's apparently a cyborg. Is this Ghost in the Shell? I bet it's set in the same continuity. Crasher also sounds just like Sumio. Really? This is beginning to sound like Dragon Ball Z, that is. What's with this music? Oh, we're finally going to the lobby? Mr. Edo, are you still back here? No, he's not. He's down in the lobby. We have a lobby to go see. If this camera would be a little more calm. Wait, what? Oh, they're training! And we were able to jack into... and we were able to jack into Crasher, which means he's a cyborg. And that this is set in the same continuity as Ghost in the Shell. I'd certainly hope not. You're talking very philosophically for someone who's being punched in the face over and over. Who also eats people. The Toriko segments are like all the sections with Peach and Bowser between chapters in the 1,000-Year Door. Except a whole, well, maybe not that much weirder, honestly. I don't know what to think, Edo. I really don't. I don't think that men are essentially beasts by nature, though. When you look at some of the people that still live are as close to, humans did in prehistory as there still are left, the hunter-gatherer societies, they can hardly be described as beasts. I think humans are a little better than a lot of folks want to give him credit for after the influence of Mr. Freud. Of course, the pirate was celebrating that beastliness, but... I wonder what request means. Oh, I get it. Every day is another request. I see.